Hi, this is Greg Harris with Coast to Coast Lending, and my motto is Mortgages Made Simple. Let me tell you about my first home buying experience. I was 6 months out of college and found a house I wanted to buy. I offered to buy the house, and my offer was accepted, and I applied for my loan, and things were going just fine. And about a week before I was to close, I got a phone call from my loan officer letting me know that we needed to switch from a conventional loan to an FHA loan. I had no idea why, but I followed his advice and followed his lead and signed the papers. And a week later, I closed on my house. And I was very proud about that. During the process, he and I had developed a strong relationship. So I called him and I asked him to meet with me just so I could better understand what happened. And we had about a 2-hour long conversation. He explained to me why we had to do what we had to do. And I was just intrigued why or how one loan program might be best for one person and another loan program might be better for another person, and just the details of that. So we had a great meeting about that, great conversation about that, and I left. And then after I left, I got to thinking about it, and I thought to myself, if he would have done a better job of explaining to me and communicating with me about what had happened or why we had to do what we had to do. For example, if he'd have told me a month before we had to close, then my perception of him would have been much different than what it was. I would have thought, man, this guy's really good. He caught this early in the process, and we switched in plenty of time. Everything was fine. Versus, oh my gosh, last minute we had to hustle and make some changes real quick, which is what we had to do. So I always remember that process. And 3 years later, I got my own mortgage license. 30 years later, I'm still in the business, and I'll never forget that experience. And just how what I do is, my motto is Mortgages Made Simple. So if you would like to have a lender who will communicate with you and do the very best that he can do to help your mortgage process be simple, please contact me at 904-347-6480. And remember, Greg Harris, Mortgages Made Simple.